Wow, we're live already. We're live already. Wow, 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 wow. Dream it, believe it, become it. Spencer, the spirit, fear on here. Come on down. Miss Ringside, hi to you as well. Listen, Tundi's actually going to jump on a little bit later. He's very, very tired. He's had a really long period of study, of dedication to his job and everything else. So he's under it now. He's under it and he's tired. So I said, I'll allow you to. You don't even have to jump on. Yeah, maybe we'll keep this one like relatively within the hour. I'm grateful for everyone who's just jumped on for the show. Did you see Anti-Yard last night? Come on, I want to hear it. You know what I mean? And does anybody want to debate with the knowledge today? Put a yes inside the comment section that you want to debate with me, and Gary will send you a link and you can come on the show with me. Because you know what, I enjoy talking this game. You know, I really do enjoy talking this game. It's not a game because you can't play boxing. Joe Barrow, how are you doing? My Mastery Strategist, how are you doing? Yes. Christopher Anthony, how you doing, my friend? Ryan, how you doing? Big up yourself, Bobby Wright. You're a real one, my friend. And another thing, Bobby Wright, I hope you guys have seen my post earlier today with Anti-Yard now going to be fighting Beterbiev on the 28th of January 2023. This is going to be immense simply because I'm going to be real with you. I was pretty impressed with the performance that Anti-Yard put in yesterday. Tundi's going to be here about Balfour. Tundi's going to be here. A brief cameo because he's proper mashup. That traveling up and down to Telford has ran its course on him, so he's very tired. But Tundi will be coming on around about 8:45, maybe. Yeah, Joseph Ross. I was not presently surprised with Anti-Yard, but I liked the work that Anti-Yard actually put in. I liked how economical he was with his punches, and I also very, very much enjoyed the artful butchery. I enjoyed the fact of how he stamped his authority with those body shots, which were hard, menacing body shots at that, right? So, you know what I mean? Props. You know what I mean? Yes, who just put that there? Yes. What's that? Attar says it's time for Tundi to collect his flowers, and I agree. Christopher Anti-Spence keeps it 100. Like you said, what chance do you give Yard? I personally think it's a 70-30 fight. Now, I'd love to debate with you on that one, you know. Seriously, I would. Simply because if you're saying it's 70-30, am I right in saying Christopher Anthony? You're saying it's 70-30 in the favor of Beterbiev. Now, I don't want to get too much into this because I know Beterbiev's camp very well. You know what I mean? I know John Scully very, very well. Me and John Scully have been friends for years. So I don't really... Oh, what's going on now? You're saying it's blurry and keeps freezing, bro. What? So am I freezing, Gary? Is it freezing? Can you tell me what's going on there? If it is... Okay, right, cool. Right. All right, I've got my guys from America that's phoning in right now. Yo, Black Fight fan, how you doing, mate?
Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm live on the show right now. I was calling you like if you just wanted to quickly jump on because I wanted some clearance on this Errol Spence situation with him and Bud Crawford. And I watched your show this week, and you guys kind of broke it down really, really well. So yeah, That's what I was phoning for. You're live now. The people can hear you now.
Oh, okay. What's going on? Yeah. You send me a link. I'll jump on, brother.
Thank you very much. I'm going to send you a link right now.
Okay, brother.
Cheers. Yeah, I mean, we got to big up our guys from True Boxing on the other side in America. Just for me to just break down on that, because we didn't talk loads of things, but I'm going to stick right now with Anti-Yarde, right? And the reason why I'm going to stick right now with Anti-Yarde is this. I see vast improvements, even though we're looking at the competition and saying, oh, well, the competition was nothing. Regardless of whatever, the guy had whatever it was it 14 fights, 13 knockouts? He must be able to do something. I don't care if he's fighting his grandmother 13 times. He's like, the guy can punch. But what I enjoyed was the composure of Anti-Yarde. And that composure showed me a lot. It really did show me a lot. And we're going to say, well, Batavia is a different kettle of fish, and he's this and that. I want everybody to keep on calling this man like he's King Kong. That's what I want, badly. I want you guys to just keep on calling like he's King Kong. Because I know what I know, and we shall see. And I'm so looking forward to, when I'm saying like we shall see, we really, really, really shall see. Boom, 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 boom. I just sent off something to my guy Balfour. I just put up here. Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman is dead man walking. No respect, just being honest. Big up my brother from another mother country, Don, who's been very, very supportive to me and my family over the last 5 months since my mom has passed away. So big up my brother, Country Don, on that one. I'm saying this. Oh, Christopher Anthony. Yeah, I'm just saying Batavia 70 because of his previous opponents. Yarde's got a chance, man. He's got power, but he's skipping levels a bit like Zudo did. This is what I'm going to want you to say. See, my man skipping levels and all the rest of it. You heard George Warren. And I got to rate George Warren. George Warren's coming in smooth like he's James Bond now, right? Well, not even James Bond. He's coming like Simon Templar, right? He's saying like, we are making offers. And I know on certain offers to certain fights that have been made. I know personally. Remember, Tundi divulges. Where even they said, oh, we'll take the fight with Anti-Yarde, but these are stipulations and the money just keeps on going up and up and up and up and up and up. So people quite rightly will just price themselves out, or they'll be looking at it like it is maximum risk for minimum reward. So we want a big reward, so we want to get this money. So then it's not feasible. So Anti-Yarde has gone the route that he is done. He must be doing something correct, right? Because he's number one contender for the WBO title, and now he's going to fight for the Unified World Light Heavyweight Championship. Thank you, Bobby Wright, for the 449. Throw that one up. AY was fighting like he really enjoyed himself. Happy fighter, is a dangerous fighter. Lions in the camp. Simple as that. And Bobby Wright, may I say to you, Bobby Wright, you like myself, I'm Team Yarde. Okay? I don't know Batavia. For anyone putting up their team Batavia, good luck to them. But you don't mind. Anyway, that's another story for another day. But I'm saying like, I enjoy this game. This sport is a serious sport. I enjoy it. But even more so, what I enjoy debating. I really do. And whereas Tundi's not here, I'm putting it out to you guys. Whoever wants to debate, put in here that they want to come and jump on and try and debate. Let's debate. Let's call it the Great Debaters. Because I'm prepared and I enjoy the ambience of this sport, and I want people to realize that I've never learned anything from somebody that's agreed with me. I like when people disagree with me. I like when I disagree with other people, to tell you the honest truth, because eventually we're going to come out where you're going to learn something and vice versa. Yes, Balfour, Dylan White is fighting next week, and I'm also excited, my friend. I would say this when it comes to Dylan White's fight. There's Franklin, brother. On the word on the street, what I'm getting from these the American guys, they say that he's going to come to fight. Mind Mastery, Team Yard, love fire emoji, love heart fire emoji, Stamina for Sale, Team AY. Come on, you know how this thing's set. Not everyone's going to go down that road to say they're going to be Team AY because they're going to say, right. Christopher Anthony says, how can we debate with the knowledge? Man will pull out, no, listen, man will pull out 19, 20 fights to prove a point. No, I won't go to that. I'm just going to keep it. I'm not even going to jump on history at all. I'm not going to jump on history. I'm just going to. I'm just going to debate with you guys who want to debate. So anyone want to jump on, feel free to jump on. Yes, big up Jermaine Williams. Where's man like Tundi? Yeah, he needs his congratulations. He does. Tundi's going to jump on maybe about 8:45. Reason why, trust me, Jermaine is mash up. Seriously, he's more mash up than like when your mum caught when you caught your brother Garfield teething from the tuck shop at Sunday school. Remember them days, country. So it's like, yeah. Christopher Anthony, I'm having no smoke with Spence. We're not having no smoke. I'm not, bro. Listen to me, yeah. I'm gonna be really real with you guys. Yes. My guy from True Boxing Black Fight Fan has just jumped on.
What's cracking, brother? How you doing?
Yeah, I mean, salute to my brother, salute to CC, salute to 7-8, and let me just say, salute to Deontay Wilder, because me and Deontay Wilder are cool.
Yeah.
Right. Me and Deontay Wilder are cool, more so because of you. Because you know what, it's very different. Like, so certain Americans, and even I'm gonna be real, Black Americans, they're gonna see like a British guy, British black guy. They must think all we do over here is just drink tea and eat scones, right? So
I think that perspective have changed as of late.
Yeah,
I think your brother Idris Elba, he done clean that stuff up quite a bit, man. A lot of y'all got more respect over here than in the past, I would say.
Okay. Well, it's just that. Yeah, look, man, I just want to know the rule, because I know like you guys you got the ear to the ground and that. What we really want to know, Black Fight Fan, is what's going on with this Spence Crawford thing?
Look, man, from what I understood, just from my side and the people that I know that are real close to Spence, they had every intentions on making that fight. You know what I'm saying? They want, that was all Errol Spence wants. That's still all he wants, I think. I'm not sure, but I know he was very adamant. He was literally forcing Al Heyman to make that fight.
Okay.
Yeah, he was serious about that fight, and he told him to make that fight, and he was all in on that fight and that fight only. And from what I understand, from the side of Terrence Crawford he had talked to some people before. He had talked to BLK Prime, but he hadn't committed to them. He hadn't said, he didn't even, I don't think he even told them what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? But because for whatever reason, and this is Terrence Crawford called him back and said, right before let me back up. Spence they sent him a contract, a term sheet. The term sheet was Terrence Crawford didn't like a couple of things in the situation. He sent it back. Errol Spence sent it back to him with the things that he wanted. I guess this had happened a couple of times, but the last time they sent him the contract back with the last few things, Terrence Crawford held that contract the term sheet for 2 weeks. And within that 2 weeks, Terrence Crawford got a hold of BLK Prime and he had an opponent because he had already talked to David Avanesyan's people, and he had an opponent, and BLK Prime was willing to fund it, and he backed out of the Spence negotiations and went that way to have a fight at home in Omaha. I don't know what the money is. Nobody knows what the money is on when people know, but it isn't. It isn't. It's all speculatory, you know. And he took that, and the Errol Spence situation was a percentage based deal. There was no guarantee. No guarantee was done in that situation. It was just going to be Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford making that fight. Al Heyman, Showtime, none of them was willing to commit to Terrence Crawford from a guarantee standpoint. ESPN, nobody was willing to take that fight and get him guarantees from the standpoints of the major networks from DAZN. Eddie Hearn didn't want it. Oscar De La Hoya, DAZN. Nobody put together a big offer for them. What that would have been sufficient for both of them. So Errol Spence said, you know, if we really want this fight, let's make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And so Man Down Promotions was what was steam heading that fight, but Terrence Crawford, he found guaranteed money somewhere, and he went another way.
All right, and what do you know about this Black Prime? What do you know about this?
I know that it's I don't even know who owns it, but I know one of the guys that's in on it is a guy named Desmond Combs or Gums or something like that, and he's not a a lot of these guys, they know him. You know, a lot of these guys know him. I guess he's been around for a while, but just around. But as far as BLK Prime, I don't know anything about them to have a negative or a positive perception of them. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that I can say for BLK Prime as a fan, just because that's what I am, Black Fight fan, hence the name. I'm upset with BLK Prime because they disrupted the biggest fight in America, which is Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence, to be made. So I don't have great feelings towards BLK Prime. But as far as them as a company, I can't. I don't want to. I don't want to disregard them because I haven't seen them do any business. And so I don't know if they do good business or bad business. Only this is going to be the first time that we're going to be able to see that with the Terrence Crawford situation, where how their production is going to be on a large scale, because they're going to be setting up cameras and stuff in Omaha in that big arena out there at the Shy Center. We're going to see what kind of production they can put on. We're going to see what kind of promotion they're going to put on with the crowd and the ticket sales and things like that. We're going to see how the fighters are compensated, what type of undercards they do. We're going to see what kind of team they put together as far as commentary and stuff like that. We're going to see all that. You know, everybody's going to see that for the first time. So I'm not going to disrespect them, but as far as knowing anything about them, nobody knows anything about them for what kind of product that they're going to provide for boxing. Nobody can say what they're going to provide for boxing.
Okay, because the company's been around for a little while, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They actually had one in the UK. It was a BLK Prime UK. But from what I understand, that was some kind of real estate company or something like that. You know, the dude that's running it, he's been background checked by so many different people. But I don't want to. It's a brother, you know what I'm saying. I don't know if he owns it, so but I don't want to. I don't want to knock him. You know
It's
what
an
I'm
American
saying?
dude, right?
Yeah, he's an American dude, but he's a world renowned dude. So, you know, like I said, he's done stuff over there in the UK and stuff like that. And a lot of these dudes, they know him. You know, a lot of these dudes and the fighters and stuff like that, they know him. So but I don't know him. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting to say the least, because I heard that they were a Silicon Chip Valley company, like they was doing like that. They do bits of crypto and blah. Yeah, but I'm just saying, you know what? Good luck to them, because like they got Broner over there as well, so they must be paying some money.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, from what I understand, the dudes is getting money. You know what I'm saying? From what I understand, some of these dudes done already got paid. You know
Yeah.
that? Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. That's why that's why I think that they ain't having no troubles locking dudes in, because some of these dudes done already got paid from what I heard, but
no, that's big.
that's major. Now it comes to it comes to, is the fighter gonna show up for them? You know what I'm saying? So
Well, they're gonna have to now because they're being paid, right?
but it's other things that go with that. You know what I'm saying? As far as promotions, showing up, and all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, it's very
because
true. But so what? So what?
they're not a promotional company. They're a platform. They're a I ain't gonna even call them a network. They just a platform. You know. So I mean, they're not. It's not like they top rank or PBC. Well, I wouldn't even say PBC is a platform, but PBC is partnered with networks. But I wouldn't even say they're not. They're not top rank. They're not Matchroom. They're not any of that. They just a platform. So the fighter is responsible for promoting itself.
Well, a guy on here, Craigie, has just said David Avanesian has already been paid,
Yeah.
fully been paid his $1 million purse,
Right.
according to Frank Warren, and
Yeah.
that is big goings because, to be real, he shouldn't even get $1 million. I'm gonna be real with you.
You telling the truth. You telling the truth. You're not lying about that. Yeah, but but they had to do that to. You got to understand, they trying to flip their product, bro. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah,
trying to get
yeah,
known.
yeah.
They trying to let everybody know they out here. And the only way you can do that is doing radical things. You know what I'm saying? We
For
know that's
real,
radical.
for real.
You know.
I mean, that's I mean that's a lot of money um, for David Avanesian. That's a lot of money. You know what I mean? I hear that Bud's getting what, 10 mil?
I don't know, bro. I don't want
I've
to.
heard people throwing around like he's getting some mad
Yeah,
money like that.
yeah.
Like, come on.
I don't. I can't tell you what Bud is getting. I don't. I couldn't tell you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not the guy to be out here just spreading
Yeah,
rumors and
that's
shit.
cool.
You know what I'm saying?
But this what I do want to know is this: like, Bud Crawford was apparently suing Top Rank, right?
Right.
So then what happened?
Well, this is what Bob Aaron came back and did. From what I understand, uh, let me get this out real quick, because I'm gonna let everybody know I'm live with you right now on my channel, so we can get some of my people in here. Uh, uh well, Bud Crawford had a lawsuit against Bob Arum, and in that lawsuit, the lawsuit was and I'm going off the top of my head, y'all. In the lawsuit, a lot of people made a big deal about the racial issue. You know what I'm saying? Which he had a whole bunch of points and stuff like that. But the meat and potatoes of the money that he was suing him for was because I guess Bob Arum promised him big fights, particularly the Errol Spence fight. And if he couldn't deliver that fight to Bud Crawford, he was going to pay him like 900 and some plus $1,000.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
So he couldn't Bob Arum didn't deliver those fights. He didn't deliver the Errol Spence fight. He couldn't deliver the Errol Spence fight because he has no jurisdiction over Errol Spence. So Terrence Crawford, went seeking his money, and Bob Arum refused to pay him. And so at that point, that's when Terrence Crawford sued him. And it got into a situation where Bob tried to take it to a federal court because he could draw it out longer and ultimately drown Bud in a federal lawsuit, because he had more money and more pull in that law, and that he would have more money and more pull to draw it out in a lengthier litigation. And so Bud was able to get it to a state situation, or whatever the case may be, to where he could have pursued it within the state. And from what I understand, he didn't refile the lawsuit. And one of the reasons why that came out in the paper, like not the paper, or in stories in mainstream boxing media, is that Bob Arum allegedly had an email, you know what I'm saying, that would have Terrence Crawford saying to him blatantly that he's represented by Daniel Kinahan. And
Okay.
so what that alleged with that and what as far as the Errol Spence side goes, and this is how this is alleging. Al Heyman, it's alleged that Al Heyman refused to put the deal together even for Errol Spence if Terrence Crawford had any dealings with Kinahan. And so that was like a big deal for whether or not there were further negotiations with Al Heyman. You know what I'm saying? Whether he would even work with them. You know what I mean? Now that's all, that's a bunch of speculatory stuff, but that's what Bob Arum alleged. Bob Arum alleged that he has proof that, Terrence Crawford indeed said that he was in charge of his business. And they got kind of messy, but Terrence Crawford didn't pursue the lawsuit after that. He stopped, which was strange to a lot of us. Why you stop, but I figured he stopped because he didn't want to do it while he was negotiating the deal with Spence or anybody else for that matter.
Okay.
Because of everything that's going on.
So what do you think of Bob Arum? He's that dry snitching on everyone out here.
Bob Arum's a rat. He's an informant. He's been an informant. And he ties himself up with street guys. He does business with them. He uses his clean cut image, but he's no better than them. He uses that stuff, and then when things get hot, he turn around and he tell on everybody. It's not the first time he's ever done that. He done that before, when he told it that he was fixing fights with Sean Gibbons and shit like that. He's done this stuff in the past. He's consistently done that stuff. But dudes that work with him, these dudes, they should know better. Dudes that put themselves in it, especially street guys. He's gonna be the first. This dude was a United States district attorney. He's gonna be the first to give up all the information to them people. He's gonna know before you know that you being investigated. And they're gonna give him the first opportunity to cooperate. And he's gonna cooperate. And anything that you told him or anything that you've done with him, he's gonna tell it. So if you get in bed with him, just know that. And you any kind of street guy, I don't care if you're a boxer, a manager, an advisor, or whatever. If you got any dirty laundry and you get in bed with Bob Arum, he's gonna tell it. And he's gonna beat you to the punch. And that's what dudes do. And that's what whoever tell it first out here is gonna be the one to get the immunity. They're gonna be the one to get the they're gonna be the informant, gonna be the start witness, and they're gonna get off the hook. You know what I'm saying? That's the game out here, man.
It is what it is, unfortunately. Tell me something. What do you know about Dylan White's opponent who's fighting Dylan White next week, this Franklin dude? Because I ain't seen that much of him. I've seen a couple snippets of him. I ain't seen none of his fights. So I think you being out in America, maybe you're going to know something on him that I don't know.
I seen him, his name is Jermaine Franklin.
Yeah.
And I seen him, he fought on one of Clarissa Shields' card. And I don't know. I think he's from the Midwest. I think that they from the same place. I'm gonna look him up real quick because I think he is from where she from, but I'm not sure. But I seen him. Let me see. Yeah, he from Michigan. He from Saginaw. He's from one of them towns. But he fought on one of her undercards. And the thing I thought about him is he's tough, man. He's not a pushover. And for Dylan coming off that Tyson Fury loss, he's a dangerous fight. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes ain't gonna see him like that. A lot of dudes gonna see his stature, but I've seen that dude out on multiple occasions, and he's had a very, very good showing. And he can box, he can fight, and he young and hungry. You know what I'm saying? So he's dangerous, especially at this point for Dylan to be fighting a crafty American dude over here. that can box and shit like that, coming off that knockout loss to Tyson Fury, it's not a good. To me, it's not a good stylistic matchup for him right now. But you know, he's been working with
Buddy McGurk.
Buddy McGurk, and Buddy's a good trainer. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a good look for him. But this their first fight together. You know what I'm saying? I think with these trainers, I think you really need to give them about three camps to really see any changes. What'd you say, bro? You muted, Spence.
Sorry, bro.
Okay, sorry.
No. It wasn't that. No, I was saying, like, when it comes to like Dylan going with Buddy McGurk, it was like Buddy knows quite a few UK fighters. Mm-hmm. He works with a couple. He's working with Dan Aziz, who's the British light heavyweight champion. So he's doing a little bit of work with Dan Aziz. Let me just shout out Dan Aziz as well. Very, very good fighter. Who's defending his British title against Rocky Fielding, who lost to Canelo.
Right.
Rocky Fielding's moved up now to light heavyweight. So he's fighting Rocky Fielding on the 17th of December, which is a Sky TV show, boxer show, which Clarissa Shaw's boxed on. So, like, yeah, Buddy's doing his rounds. But I think the first guy that Buddy worked, the first UK guy that he worked with was actually Matthew Macklin.
Okay.
Who's now, who fought a couple times for the world title, who's now a commentator for Sky Sports. So, I mean, and like, Buddy knows boxing, you know, like historically, he's very on point. But if you look in the past, like, he was a very, very good boxer. Oh man, Buddy McGurk was a very, very good boxer. Like, he's a fight on his front foot. And yeah, two division weight world champion. So we can't look at him like he ain't nothing. I remember when he beat Simon Brown. I remember when he beat a guy called Frankie Warren for the vacant IBF super lightweight title.
Yeah.
Buddy can fight, man. Let's be real. So it's just like for Buddy to like, Buddy's worked with loads of fighters in the past as well. I remember like when Buddy used to work with Paulie Malignaggi, Buddy's worked with loads of fighters. You know what I mean? Loads of fighters that he's worked with. You know what I mean? He used to work with Gatti the day that Gatti got his ass given to him from Floyd Mayweather. Buddy was training him as well. So Buddy's been around. So, you know what I mean? Dylan White saying, right, I need a change.
What made him go over there? What made him go with Buddy, though? I mean, I know he said he needed a change, but like, what was the relationship like? What made him choose Buddy?
You know what? I would have to phone Dylan to find out that one. Do you know what I mean? Because I you know what? Matter of fact, let me just phone him right now if I get him. Right?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I mean, out of all the dudes, like if you're gonna go to America, you know what I'm saying, and you're gonna come over here, you're gonna talk to all these different dudes. And so what made him go to Buddy McGurk? Did he talk to him? Did he get to know him?
I don't know. Because you know what the thing is, Derek Chisora is very close to Buddy McGurk.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay.
Even though they're still rivals, but Derek's very close to him.
Okay.
So, do you know what I mean? So I don't. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. But what I do know is sometimes you could be there as a fighter and think, I just need a change. So, I mean, no doubt Dylan is a guy who likes to vet things. So he most probably sat down and said he spoke to Buddy. And like, man, I mean, Buddy knows boxing. So that could have been the turning catalyst to say, all right, let me just go try and work out with this guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know, one of those things, man.
Well, let me ask you this: what's up with Yard, man? We get excited about him fighting Beterbiev over here. We really excited about that fight.
Tundi's coming on in a minute.
There he is, right there.
The devil. The devil.
What's up, Tundi?
Bro, it's spiritual business going on. You call my name and I just appear. That's how it works. So let me just start by saying, dream it, believe it, most of will become it.
Come on down.
How you doing, sir?
All right, brother. How about yourself?
Listen, we just asking. We wanted to know, number one, let's go break down this fight. I'm kind of disappointed because I told you it's 2 rounds. But anyway, right? But apart from that, I was saying earlier, I think that is the most relaxed that I've ever seen anti-yard box.
Yes.
I thought the timing was incredible. I thought those body shots were hellacious. They were spiteful. He wasn't drawing their arms. Everything was short and tight. which I know because I've seen the routines and the plyometrics that you guys do when you're working together in the gym. So those things are no surprise to me. But what I am saying is, like, I was pleasantly surprised. Sorry, Ravens Nation, thank you very much for the $199. Salute Tundi Spence and the OG Black Fight fan. Look at that, you're bringing in the dollars now. As soon as Tundi come in there with the shiny white tee, so look, you see my sheets like get shiny now. Yeah, I find the bleach that you're using, Tundi. I
found. salute to my young homie Ravens Nation coming through.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm just saying straight standard. Like, I've never seen anti-yard box like that, Tony. Ever.
Well, it's his time. It's time. You know, I've always said that only the elite can bring out the best in anti-yard. And that's no disrespect to any other light heavyweight. You know, you're talking about a young man that who was with me 2 years before he turned professional. And you're talking about a young man that within 4 years of being a professional with no amateur experience.
Sorry, wait a minute. Just tell Black Fight fan, how many fights did anti-yard have as an amateur?
12.
Do you hear that?
No, I knew that.
All right.
I knew that.
With 12 amateur fights, no GB backing or anything like that. You know, we've not had that. You know, and that's we're not sad about that. It's just our journey and it's how it was supposed to go. But you're talking about someone that within 4 years of being a professional challenged the 2-time Ring Magazine light heavyweight champion of the world at that time, Sergey Kovalev, and went over to Russia when all these other so-called light heavyweights are dodging Kovalev because they were offered the fight. They never fought. So it's a thing where I always say, people say fights can't get made. They can get made if the fighters want to fight. You know, fighters can say, I want to fight. Are you talking about a promoter is stopping a fighter from fighting? No. The two fighters get on the TV and say, we want to fight. We don't care about anything that's happening. Let's fight. So we went to Russia. We come up a little bit short, but we kept on working. And to show you how hard we've worked since that day, we are now about to fight for 3 belts. So you don't do less and get more. You do more and get more. You see what I'm saying, Black Fat Fan? You see what I'm saying?
I see.
It's total hard work, sacrifice, and dedication. And one thing I can tell you is that we ain't scared. We showed you that already. And I look at this guy's opponents. Everyone I see, they're scared. They're scared. And so, you know, we ain't going in there willy-nilly. We're going in there to do a job, you know, and people keep on spinning the narrative. And because you got to be very careful what you listen to consistently. And this is why I kept on telling them after the fight, the day before the fight, don't try to put that narrative of 18 fights, 18 KOs on me. Because Anthony Yard has 23 fights, 22
knockouts. All right, then.
22 knockouts.
Big shout out to our brother, Talib Cunningham. Thank you for the $5. Salute to BBF and all you brothers. Shout out to Anthony Yard. And we claiming him in the USA where he belongs. LOL. Right? You better recognize that thing there.
Salute to my brother Talib Cunningham, man.
And so the point is that nobody's underestimating, nobody's saying, I'm just saying that my focus is not the other guy. My focus is Anthony Yard. And he, as I always said, he will keep getting better, Spence. You're talking about a young man who's fought twice in 2 years. And every time he's fought in those 2 years, the Arthur rematch and last night, he's looked better. So all this talk about ring rust and everybody, I said, don't put that in my head. That's your brain. I don't believe in ring rust. I believe in continually working. What you reap is what you sow. And as long as you keep working, you will get better. And so we're ready for the challenge. And what you saw last night, listen, Anthony Yard lifted a human being off of their feet with an uppercut. That's Mike Tyson. That's what he done. He lifted a human being off of their feet. This guy wasn't no pushover. Again, this guy wasn't a pushover. How many people do you know, regardless of what anyone says, a fight before a unified title goes into a fight with someone with 14 fights and 12 knockouts, and there ain't no footage on the guy? So again, we're showing you that we believe in ourselves. This guy, we had to show him the levels last night. So I don't want to. We obviously will hear it because it's just life. You got the haters, but
we ain't got time to worry about them. Big up Bobby Wright. Thank you so much, Bobby, for the 449. Big up. He says, Tundi, big respect. Flowers, flowers, flowers. I have to give you your flowers. United States gold. Right. This the next thing is this, like, anti-Yard, there hasn't been in the history of the light heavyweight division a man that has fought for unified belts in Great Britain. Never been done in the light heavyweight division. I want you to realize that. Unified belts. Who's done it? No one's done it. You know what I mean? I can go through history because I'm a historian. Nobody has done it, has fought for unified titles in the light heavyweight division in Great Britain. Anti-Yard is the first living human being from British origin to do so. That's a big accomplishment.
And you know what? I spoke to my friend in Spain last night, and he said, like, Tun, people need to start giving you guys respect, because it's like, what more do we have to do? You know, we've just done this thing. Again, I'm always careful about what I say, because although I want to say our own, we know we have a promoter. We know we have a guy who's put up the money. We know we have a guy who's makes things. So, you know, everybody, what do I always say, Spence? People make people. So there's always someone, there's always someone that helps. But what I'm saying is, look at us. Look at our journey as a community, where we come from, where people like Black Fight Fan come from. We're supposed to be getting behind Anthony Yard. We're not supposed to be blowing the trumpet of this guy.
Come on.
You know, all I keep on hearing is, this guy's Russian, the Russian. I said, hold on, I'm African. I'm African. And so I'm tough. We're tough. We've been through it. We know what it's like.
Tundi, I know you're tough. I used to see your hair when you was a youth at school.
So I don't want to hear none of this talk. The fact is that we're sportsmen, and we are gonna give it everything that we've got. And that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not giving no predictions on the fight.
London runs boxing. Thank you for the 449. Lions in the camp. Big raw. Bring it home. You know, it's already home. Listen, you got to remember this part here, you know. When man's talking about dream it, believe it, become it, they don't even get this part here. Because the fight's happening in the UK.
I gotta ask you this, though. I gotta ask you this, Tunde. Why do you think that y'all are not, why do you not, this dude is looked at as some kind of machine or something like that? He really is looked at as some kind of threat, dangerous, bad, really bad man. How come y'all been running to this fight, but instead of people giving y'all props, y'all respect, like you just said, they are, you know, they blowing his trumpet. Oh, he gonna do this, he gonna do that. Why don't you feel that Anthony Yard is getting more just due for running into the fire to prove how great he is at this point?
Because we want to be great. And we understand, to be great, you got to take on a great feat. You got to challenge the person that they say is the man. To be the man, you have to beat the man. And so you can't go in there tippy-toeing. You got to totally believe in yourself. And that's what we've always done. And that's why, Fight Fan, we went to Russia. And despite the loss, we came out winners. This is what warriors do. I'm not looking at boxing as some little noble art. I'm saying this is warrior business. This is coming from the soul, the spirit. This is what you want as a human being, as somebody that wants the best for their selves, for their families. And you know you got to put it on the line. There has to be fear in your body. And you got to challenge that fear to say, I'm stronger than this. A lot of these guys, they ain't got that. They ain't got that. And that's why it's so easy to look at people and say they're rubbish, they're this, they're that. And I get it. You understand what I'm saying? And this is another reason why I don't focus on the negative side of it.
Thank you very much. Sorry to interrupt you, Ton. Keggy comes up with a really good point, because I told you, since we first know that this fight was going around and all the rest of it, I've been doing my study, and he's just come up with the same thing. I've seen Baturov get knocked down, he keeps on moving, by a club fighter called Jeff Page Jr. Callum Johnson also did the same thing. Now, I ain't gonna go into that too much, but I'm saying is this, like, I don't know if it's me, and it's not even me being biased, right? I'm not even being biased, yeah? But when men are talking about this man like he's King Kong, I'm telling everyone, keep that same energy. I want to hear that same talk on the 29th of January. Remember, I'm telling you this now, right? Because I got eyes, bro. I got eyes.
Oh, yeah, I get you, 29th. I get you.
Yeah.
You're sharp. You're sharp.
Come on, I'm the knowledge, right? That's what I'm saying, man. I want to hear the same thing in the morning, the next day. I want to hear the same energy, because.
But you know, listen. The thing is that, as Fight Fan alluded to, although this guy is, we know it, and this is why we're working hard. This is why me as a trainer and a manager. You know, you got to remember, I got 2 jobs, and I'm just so happy that Anthony has trusted me, because you don't get many people, Fight Fan, that trust in their own. Not one. Remember the first time round, there were so many people calling for my head.
Well, yeah, Tunde. It happened. Let me tell you this now. When you come up second best against Kovalev, yeah, everyone in the UK, big frigging guys, even Bob Arum, he's got to get rid of that Tunde Ajayi, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
What's my man, receding head man? What's his name? Andre Wood, right?
No.
Right?
But I didn't hear Andre say that.
No. What's his name? Timothy Bradley. Maybe he needs a different kind of trainer. All of them, man. Right. Then the Lyndon Arthur fight in the UK. All the men in the UK Fight Fan. Now get rid of that Tunde. Got to get rid of him. And I'm trying to show people yet again, that loyalty is royalty. You know what I mean? Because when man, one brother, you know, like I like to go online and argue with people. That's me. Some man was like, "Oh man, what he needs to do is Anthony Yarde needs to go and get an American trainer to go out there and thingy because we've got an American style." I'm saying, hold up a second. He had 12 amateur fights. Who taught him that American style? I'm sure it's the guy with the glasses with the shiny white teeth on the screen right now. So I'm not buying all of this when people are getting all overhyped. Bro, listen, no one can't chat to me about boxing. I don't business. Nobody. I know what I'm saying.
You know what? You want me to know why we're in this position? Because I don't give 2 hoots about these people talking this thing. And this is what I'm trying to show my people, or show the people, because we're all one. But I'm trying to show my community that you can't focus on the negative if you want to be successful. And as I was telling a young man today, that the higher you go, the more powerful the negativity is, because it comes from people that you respect. All of a sudden, you're seeing their true colors come out, and you're like, hold on, I was a fan of you, bro. I was a fan of you, and now you're disrespecting me. Like, you're saying these things, and I'm like, I can't believe. So that's what hurts as an individual. But again, you cannot have certain positions in life if you can't take that. And this is what is gonna be on show on the 28th. The opponent's they're gonna feel that. And so whoever it was, whether it was Baterviev, whether it was another man, or whoever it was, I understand where we are. We're at the elite level of the sport. You cannot prepare for one game plan. You gotta be able to do it all. And so I've always said it from beginning. Anthony Yarde is a special individual, a very strong man. And I believe on the 28th of January, everyone needs to get behind our man and back him. You know, we need to back him because it's going to be a special day. And I'm excited, Fight Fan.
Hey, y'all got a special guest. Shout out to Nonito Donaire in here. Shout out to the brother Nonito Donaire in the building.
Bro, salute.
Big up.
And
Big
his
up,
wife
man.
Rachel. Salute to both of them in here. Look, man, we behind you 100%. You know what I'm saying? Big time, you know. And so I wanna see Anthony challenge himself, and I want to see, you know, the best of both of y'all, because it's gonna be a challenge. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be a challenge,
and you ain't got nothing but respect. And that's one of the things that's really bothering me about boxing, is that the dudes that's really taking the challenges and really putting it all out there on the line is not getting the proper respect. You know what I'm saying? That's really, really bothering me. And but you know, that's where we at right now. You know, that's where we at, you know. But it is, you know, it's gonna get better, man. Look, I want to tell both of y'all, man, I got much love for y'all, man, and I really appreciate y'all bringing me through, man. And I'm looking forward to this fight. Like I said, I posted that fight on all my social media platforms Tunde, and we're gonna be checking y'all out. We're gonna be talking about it. We're gonna be supporting it 1,000%. We riding with y'all. Just know that. And it's all love for both of y'all. Spence, man, much love to you, brother. Thank you for bringing me on and sharing your platform with me. And man, and I appreciate it, and I really love what y'all doing, man. Y'all really making an impact and doing this thing globally and getting global eyes on where y'all at, man. And I appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Black Five, man. Salute for coming on the show, man. Respect,
right,
man.
Man. Much love,
Fair
respect.
enough. Errol Spence.
Thank you.
Business.
All right, brother. Y'all take it.
All the best.
All right, take care. Yes, Tun.
Come on, back in the building.
Yeah,
well, the work don't stop.
Francisco, thank you very much for the $199. Welcome back, Professor Tundi. Worldwide Spence. You know I'm Worldwide Spence. You know, when a black belt's got powers, bro. But you know what? The fight yesterday, now I'm not going to keep it on anti-Yarde much longer. I'm just going to say this. The fight yesterday, I know what I saw. I mean, me and Tunde spoke. I know what I saw. I don't business about who the opponent was or all the rest of it. I don't care about that, because that's the first thing they go, oh, but it wasn't this or that. All right, yeah.
Sorry to cut you. That guy were a pub fighter. I'm telling you, go and put him in there with any other guy. Go and put him in there with any other top 10 light heavyweight. Just go and see. Again, it's one of the reasons why I said in the interviews yesterday, when people say they're punchers, if you look in the history of boxing, not just in this country, if you look in the history of boxing, how often do punchers fight punchers? How often do punchers fight punchers a fight before a unified belt? And I know you was even worried, Spence, because that's why I stopped talking to you. Because you was like, T, you know, Dean Powers used to say to me, you don't fight a dangerous fight before a world title. And when you said that to me, I said, yeah, now's the time to stop talking to Spence. Because I don't care. We don't care. Like, the focus is never the opponent. The focus is the goal. But I understand why you felt like that, because you're my brother. You know, you only want the best for me. But we got this. We got this. And Anthony showed you last night. To be honest with you, Anthony could have stopped him in the second round, in my opinion. You know, but he's a cool, calm, collected individual, and he wanted to do it his way. So it's the same thing. You know, guys, Callum Smith has gone 6 rounds with. Anthony has stopped them in 2 rounds or 4 rounds. You know, it's the way Anthony makes it look. He makes it look easy, but it's not easy. It's the preparation, it's the training, it's the dedication. And then you go in there and you put all of that into play on the night. And I think last night was just a little example of the kind of smoke and heat that we're going to be bringing on January the 28th.
Yep. Congratulations, Tundi and AY. This is off the canvas boxing. Thank you for your £5. Congratulations, Tundi and AY, for the victory last night. Unfortunately, couldn't be in attendance, but supporting from home. Incoming unified world champion ball beyond the ring with Nonito and Rochelle, and they say thank you for your $2, my friend. You know what I mean?
He says, "Don't listen to the noise. Big up, thank you." Oh no, definitely beyond the ring, Nonito. I'll be honest with you, we never have, and it's like even when I'm sitting on here and even talking to them, there's always this thing inside me that said, "But why are you even talking about these guys? Like, why are you even giving it?" Because you just couldn't have got to this level focusing on it. Because wherever your focus is where your energy is, and so we really don't have time to concentrate. But at the same time, we're not walking around with blindfolds on. They're there, so sometimes we have to address them. But yeah, no, absolutely beyond the ring with Nonito and Rachel. We ain't watching none of that.
You know what I mean? Like, look, bro. I'm saying this. Who's that? Sorry. Shola, thank you. Loyalty. Right. Loyalty is royalty. You know that, right? Love that. That's my saying, and I live by that. I mean, thank you so much for the £2. But yeah, apart from that, Tun. Apart from that, let's go skip up a bit forward because not this Saturday coming, but a week after, Derek Chisora is challenging for the WBC and lineal heavyweight championship of the whole wide world. Your thoughts on that one, Tun? Because we haven't really spoken boxing to the people, to the masses. And when you were in camp, Tundi's a person like I speak to about 5 times a day. But when he's in camp, I just lie. Just run in one. I said, "You're in camp, so I'm not gonna disturb you." Even when I told Gary, like, we've got a group chat where we send our messages and debates. I said, don't even involve Tundi in none of them. Let him just do his thing. And that's what happened. And now it's like, I reckon Tundi's going to be on lockdown in about 2 more weeks from now. It's just going to be in some proper lockdown. So, enjoy the brother while he's here because, this is a serious thing. And I'm going to tell you this now. Nobody has never seen our communities coming out for this fight. Because as soon as it was announced, my phone started blowing. Spence, you got to give me a ticket. I want 10 ringside. I want
Everybody. I'm going to be on Tony in the morning. And I need to lock at least, how many ringsides I don't know there is, but everybody.
Yeah.
I even said to Frank, I spoke to Frank Warren this morning, and I said, Frank, I believe you're going to have to change the venue. Yeah, I believe you have to change the venue because so many people. I mean, it's the big fight. Listen, man, all these. Let me tell you something, and this is not just for our community. This is for everyone. This is the level where every boxer. Here we go. Spencer's yawning again. Good job, I'm back. Gary, man, start yawning already on the thing. You know when I come in. Hold on, Spence. And Gary, give me 1 sec, please.
Man, know that I start yawning because I've had a long bloody day, to tell you the honest truth. I've had a long day. But yeah, going back to your thoughts, guys, on here in the chat. Your thoughts on what's that? Oh, sorry. Beyond the Ring. Oh, okay, we've already read that one. Low is Roy. Flicking through. There's no more Snapchat money on here. Yo, Spence, get me a free ticket. Balfour, I would like to get you a free ticket, but you know what? If you had a free ticket, you won't appreciate it. If you paid for it, you're going to appreciate it. You'll be rooting even harder. I just want man to realize that. But man just come in and said, yes, let's get me a free ticket. No, I said, I've got the black book. Listen, Tundi, I've got the black book, not the black hook. I'm not hooking up no one. Nothing.
Spence, I'm going to make a public announcement. Once we post the fight, I'm going to tell man, don't be asking for no freeness. If you claim to support us, this is the biggest night of all of our lives. It's as a community. You understand? Don't dig in your pocket and buy your ticket. Support the cause. You got people, just people that are up there. You know, me, Anthony, we don't look on ourselves, let me not speak for Anthony because I can speak for himself. But I don't look on myself other than what I am, was just a piece of the earth, a common man that you can approach to. You know, I even speak to people, random people on social. Like I don't look at myself as nothing higher than what we are. We're just human beings. And so let's just support the thing. The tickets come out on Ticketmaster on Thursday. From what I'm hearing is that there's actually a pre-booking on Frank Warren's site where you can reserve your seat before they officially go online on Thursday. So let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let's show out. Let's show out. And because I'm not gonna this time. Well, I didn't for this fight or the Arthur fight. I'm not gonna be wasting energy. Me, you know, I've done that the whole career of Anthony. You know, I've been the trainer, the manager, the ticket man. I've done everything. You know, but I need to focus, as I have done for the last 2 fights, more so now for this fight. I need total focus. So please get your tickets from Ticketmaster, and I think on Frank's website as well.
Well, you've heard that piece. I'm going back to what I said, to what I was alluding to earlier. Derek Chisora, who I was with earlier today.
Yes.
I dinner with him. You know what I mean? Met his family, met his father-in-law, his mother-in-law, his wife, with his kids and that. Derek Chisora's got insurmountable arcs and a mountain to climb in Tyson Fury. It's a big fight. And a lot of people were saying like this fight shouldn't happen, blah blah blah, all the rest of it. The couple website, some guy is very popular on YouTube, said some comments, but within that time he just mashed himself up. So I'm not even going to get into that. You know what I mean? Right. So I just know this part here, that when a man comes to fight, he comes to fight. I just want Derek to come to fight. That is it.
Well, I think we all know Derek's going to come to fight. And again, you know, no matter what anyone says, things just happen. You know, I don't think Tyson Fury was actually looking at Derek as an opponent. But it's here. And this is what they call serendipity. This is what some people just call happenings. It's something, there's a reason why Derek and Don Charles have found themselves in this position again. Now, the reason could favor Tyson, but it could favor Derek. So I just can't see how people just it's a professional fight. Anything can happen. Any fight could go into the ring not prepared physically or mentally. I know it sounds like you're clutching at straws, and again, Derek knows the size of the task, just like we know the size of our task. But we're going in there fearless. And that's the main thing, because fear is what cripples people's dreams. Yep.
And as Ziegler says, that fear is false evidence appearing real.
It's the fear, Spence. Again, I wasn't, you know, I had to catch up on the fight, but I did phone him. Tell a lie, I did watch the fight because I needed to support my brother, young Denzel Bentley. Everybody was saying this guy was going to get taken out. He was fighting this monster from Kazakhstan who was blowing people away that hadn't even started punching people properly yet. And I'm telling you, if Denzel started quicker, Denzel's self-belief grew in that fight because he went into there with his own perception anyway. He was like, I don't care about what people saying. And that's the mentality you need. Now he knows, as I said to him, now you know, Denzel, you're world-class. You've got the world-class mentality. You know, maybe saying you're world-class is but he's world-class because he's got there. people like to criticize people, but hold on, you ain't even been there. So
Tell me.
how you gonna criticize me and tell me what to do? Like I see some things and I'm like, hold on, mate, you ain't never been at this level. So how can you even criticize me? Like it don't make no sense. So big up Denzel, and keep doing what you're doing. As I said to him, please continue. You've got the world-class mentality, which is what you need first. You need to believe that you're up there. And then time is what allows you to grow. So you keep working, and you'll get your shot again. So well done, Denzel, on his great effort last week. Going back to Derek Chisora, I just feel that Derek has to go into this fight. He's going into the fight off a win. So that's a great thing to have psychologically. And he's just got to say, you know what? I'm coming to brock you up. That's what he's just going to go in there and say, bro, I'm coming to brock you up. I don't care about lineal champion, WBC champion, everything. And, Derek needs some good luck as well. And I'm backing him. I want him to win. But again, it's a task. But every man has a weakness.
Every man has
a weakness. Nobody is perfect. And all it does is the right person upstairs to hear your prayer on that day and go into the ring with you, and it's a done deal. So again, I'll be watching, commentating. I'm going to be there. I just remembered. We're going to be there. I'm going to be there.
We're all going to be there. Yeah, huh? We're all going to be there.
Yes, sir.
And it's you know what I mean? We're all gonna be there. And you know what? Not only that, it's like I went round to Derek's family home today.
Yes.
I
told you, Derek is landing on his feet, mate.
Nah. Trust me. Like I remember seeing Derek as a 15-year-old. Yeah, I mean, man, not have to realize Derek Chisora is a multi-millionaire. You know.
Well, I don't know about his financial.
No. I'm saying to you that from where he has come from, that just gave me a resounding piece of pride in my gut. You know what I mean? We sit down on the big screen and watching certain fights. You know me. You know, I like to delve back into the 40s and 50s and stuff. And we're sitting down watching some fights and that. Do you know what I mean? And it's just nice to see. It's nice to see like somebody winning out of boxing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nice.
Absolutely. Derek believes in himself. Always has, and he's got that self-belief, which is it's very, very, it's like an unshakable object. It's like everyone's, and you got to, as I said, a black fight fan was just there. At certain levels, everybody's got it, Spence. That's why it's called the elite level. Mm-hmm. It's that you've got to take this thing away from me, because I believe those words, I believe, are very, very powerful. And some people can talk it, but not actually believe it. And so Derek Chisora has been in big fights. I mean, how many losses has Derek got? But
10.
Yet he continues to be in mega fights. That's incredible will, determination, and self.
It is that. But you know what? We was talking. We went out to eat. He took me out to this Bianca place. The pasta in there is ridiculous, bro. You know, we eat the food till I say like, right, you know what? Should I order second? The food is delicious, bro.
Craving, that's what it is.
I am craving, that's right. I'm getting it from you, the bloody Nigerian, right? So I was there with him, right? And he was saying, Spence, I know, I said, what do you mean? I said, I know, and I know that you know. He said, I've been blessed by God, He said, I come to the UK, me and my mum, we had nothing. We had nothing, You know what I mean? So I got to say salute to Derek Chisora, and yeah, and his trainer Don Charles. Like I keep on saying, like law is royalty. And like, yeah, I mean, we shall see. We
My
shall
Marsh,
really.
my Marsh, said he believes there is a law of compensation and there has to be a return on his investment. And that is one of the key laws which is unspoken of. It's not spoken about enough, because I feel that if people went into certain tasks knowing about the law of compensation, they would always do work, put their best foot forward when doing work, because you're gonna get it back. You make your reward. That's why you don't watch no man. And people out there watching people's, so you don't know. And another thing, you don't actually know what people's doing to get certain things. Not all that glitters is gold. But what you realize when you actually start putting the law of compensation into use is that Google, Christopher Anthony, Google, mate. We ain't got time to break down the whole thing. Christopher Anthony says, what's the law of compensation? Google that. You know, that's a great thing about Google nowadays. But you know, what you put in is what you get back. That's a law. And then I feel, me personally, this is how I've always gone about things. I feel that cuts away so much. You're looking at, oh, it's because of this. I'm not getting that. Oh, it's because of her. It's because of him. And that's the reason he don't like me. She don't like me. No,
It's all down to you.
it's you. Just put in the work. Let who's ever red eye be red eye. You just focus on what you're doing. And again, look at it. Promoters said we would never fight. Promoters said we wouldn't get this fight. For the Kovalev, they were saying we weren't going to fight Kovalev.
Well,
this fight, but it's done.
Ton, you know the thing already. You know the thing.
You just got to work hard, concentrate, and know that everything that a man Tai Chi Tube says. Yes, Chris, is karma. Karma is another word because that, you know, again, what goes around comes around. That's a fact. As you reap, so you sow. So as you sow, so shall you reap. So these are all little things which myself and Spencer have continually tried to show those of us on the Fight Is Right that, look, man, we're doing it. And we ain't changing. Like Spencer, I sent my brother, I can say it, I sent my brother a message the other morning because I watched a video of Spencer and me in the gym with a young man 13 years ago. And this red, shaggy looking brother was chatting the same talk 13 years ago. And I said to Spence, I left him a voice note and I said, Spence, bro, what you've got is rare because I've got it. You haven't changed who you are, the essence, the jokey side, the seriousness when you need to be serious. And that's what's important. That's the thing. When you can be yourself, when you're authentic to yourself, when you ain't trying to play someone else's tune, that's when you bust. That's when you bust because you're not forcing it. It's flow.
Come on.
Not flow. You're there. You're from. I've got a very, very wealthy friend that grew up in the East End, and I mean wealthy. This guy, I've learned so much from this guy, older than me. I've learned so. And he said to me, he's not a black guy, just for some of you think we're just talking black or black. He's a white guy. Grew up in the East End. I see him once a week. I get so much knowledge from him. He said, Tun, when I started to want to be successful, I had a child. He said to me, I don't actually want to be around with anyone that doesn't take me for me. And I said, boom! That's the bar. Don't be around anyone that does not want to take you for you. If they don't take your highs, your lows, your bad moods, move them off the corner. Block them. Instant blockage. And this is the thing this is the key. Be yourself. Be yourself. Yourself ain't perfect. Yourself ain't perfect. Enough man and woman have got closets, got skeleton. What they call the thing? Skeletons.
Then you know, when you talk about skeletons, they got some dinosaur fossils in there.
Bear man's got that. Bear woman's got that. But guess what? It's this. It's from your heart. In essence, is you. You're gonna blow. You're gonna be successful in everything, and you gotta work for it. You gotta work for it, because it ain't no abracadabra. It's no abracadabra Shazam. Again. So maybe we're going into another thing, but this is the great thing about the Fight Is Right. We touch on all subjects when I'm about. You know, Spencer's struggling when I'm not here, but I'm here. This is what my brother does and supported me. Remember, Spencer was the first person to bring me into the sport of boxing. And I'm forever grateful for that.
Tundi.
First man to believe in me.
Tundi, where my money there, Tundi? Yo, Black African, give me some cash, bro.
You want the cash? But yeah,
I was going to tell man this. It's mad, you know, because I was talking to Bobby Wright and I was talking about the old days and that, and Bobby didn't know that. I said, yeah, like, man thought I was nuts when I said, right, I'm gonna go train with Tun, you know. Yeah, me. And man was like, what? Tun, enjoy? I said, no, because when me lick pads, I want to lick pads.
Come on, O-Type P thank you for the £2.
Thank you very much to Pastor Tundi. I was saying, listen, I'm on the lick pads. All Tundi's like, nah. I said, nah, Tundi, 2 more rounds. But Tundi's like, nah, brother, you're like you're trying to bash on my hands. I wanted to hit pads in Peckham Laserdrome, the gym there.
I wasn't gonna say it, but I'm gonna air him out. I'm gonna air him out. This guy who is a so-called trainer, I couldn't believe it. We just won the fight, and he maybe he's because he's not a friend of mine, so I put him in it. Go and carry on, Spence. Right.
I'm just saying, it's like, trust me, it's like it's a great time, and it's like, you know what? It's you know what I mean? I love this game.
Trust me.
I love this game. And
yes, let me call the guy's name.
Go on.
Because this guy, whoever he's training with, these are the kind of people, and this guy has such a short memory, because my dad used to say to me, liars should have a good memory, but they don't. Liars don't have good memories. So they repeat the same lie over and over and over again. So this is why liars don't have good memories. But this guy, Aaron Devell, Aaron Devell, Devell is his Instagram.
It's not. It's Adam Devil.
Yeah, Adam Devil. Yeah, I didn't even clock that. Aaron _Devil is his Instagram. This man has such a bad memory. In 20th, because I've never answered, you know, Instagram, it's only when you accept them as a friend. In the 20th of August, 2019, he says, man, all the best this weekend, go smash Kovalev and the new. This was in 2019. Fast forward, when he's obviously been surrounded by naysayers and negative people, he's actually posted a picture of me and Anthony in the dressing room yesterday, and he says, WTF, what the is happening here? Tunde Ajayi, very unrealistic warm-up on the pads, for F's sake. I said to myself, what is going on?
Bro.
This is what I'm saying. This is why you got to stay focused, people. Because a man that was giving you credit in 2019 is now publicly on his platform. And I looked at his page, the man trains kids. He trains children. So what kind of vibe are you putting into people's picnic? Sorry. kind of vibes are you putting into people's children? That's negative. Parents, keep your children away from these kind of people. Do not vet the people that you allow around your children. These are nasty human beings. This is why, bro. This is why I can't. That's why when it's fight time, I can't come on this thing. I couldn't believe it, Spence. Imagine that. This was 2 minutes before we fought last night in the changing room when they come in and do the film. I just read it yesterday because obviously I don't read it when I'm before the fight. And I was like, nah, I've got to say this on the show. Aaron Devil, that's your name. It ain't Devil, it's Devil. Aaron Devil. Please, parents, do not allow your children to train this man. Never, ever. Because he is a negative human being.
Boy, anyway. Like I said, how it goes, it's just life, innit? It's life. You know what I mean? Rams, no straight standing around. I see it.
Yeah, you have to put him out of the fire.
God, out of the fire. Now, you know what? It's you know what is this? It's like, I don't know anybody else that fought on that show yesterday, right? But I'm gonna pick up Ezra Taylor because he's my guy from a hot minute. You know what I mean? I know Micah, his manager. You know what I mean? He's a music manager as well. So you know what I mean? Big him up. But apart from that, Tony, I never watched no one else's fight. I didn't even watch his fight. By chance, I was on the phone to someone when I said, "Who's on now?" And they said, "Ezra." I said, "What?" And then boom, because I got BT on my phone. I ain't got it on the TV. I said, "Boom, let me go watch it." So when I watched that, and I watched Yard's fight, I don't even know who's meant to be the top of the bill. Some bantamweight thing. I don't know. Disrespect to the man there. I didn't watch that. I was said, "I'm gone." Bobby Wright says, "You know why the devil was saying that was because he wishes that he was where you are." Facts. Simple as that.
As a trainer. But anyway, again.
You know what? It's true, but the thing about it is this. I ain't going to give that little devil man no more.
Yeah, we've said what we want to say about him.
You've been aired, and you know what I mean, and me and Tony had a really good chat, and I said, you know what, for real, I'm gonna stop saying that people are gonna mash up.
Yes, stop it, Spence.
I've got to stop it.
And the reason why I said that, obviously you're my brother, and we're supposed to teach each other, just like you've taught me so much over the years. When you say someone is gonna mash up, what you're actually doing is you're putting that negativity back on yourself.
Exactly.
Because life, it points both ways. So it's better to just, just leave them. Whatever.
I'm just gonna leave him be. You know what I mean?
You can't say man mash up. We don't want to that.
But I'm not actually wishing that. You know what I mean? But even in jest, you got to be careful and safeguard your words.
Exactly, because words are powerful.
Words are very powerful.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I wish the devil all the best.
Yeah, trust me. Listen, how many times have you heard Floyd say it? I wish him nothing but the best.
Yeah. Good luck to them.
I wish him nothing but the best. That's it. So you can put that hate on me, because I know how this thing works. I'm not putting no hate on you.
Right. Christopher Anthony is saying, get the black book out, Spence, and phone the devil man. But unfortunately, I don't know who this devil man is. That is like, love this, protect your energy. You know, it goes my mastery. I don't know the devil man, so I can't. I don't know.
People in our phone book.
Yeah, I don't keep no devil man in my phone book, so I don't know. Right. You know what I mean? And the thing about it is, even if Tony didn't mention him, I wouldn't know the guy. So you know what I mean? He's irrelevant. But it's just how bad mind people are. That's a good thing. You know what I mean? It's a good thing. It's a good thing that you got those eyes on you. It's a good thing. Because if you haven't got those eyes on you, I guarantee you're not successful.
Oh yeah, definitely. Again, it's
straight standard. So you know what I mean?
Yes.
Don't show me how many people love you. Show me how many people dislike you. Don't this, that, all the rest of it. Then I say, right, there's gonna be a successful guy over there. You know what I mean?
Can we talk about the big fight, which I'm looking forward to now that our fight is over, which is taking place next week at the O2 London. Zach Parker versus John Ryder. A fantastic fight.
Big fight.
Which, I won't be there. We've got to do a watch along for that fight then.
Big fight. What is it? This Saturday?
Next Saturday at the O2.
So wait there. So you got Dylan.
Oh, Dylan's fighting at the O2 as well. I mean, Dylan's fighting next week as well.
Yeah, Dylan's at Wembley, yeah?
Wow.
I'm going to be real with you, Tom. Wembley's a difficult place to get from, you know?
It is. It's a difficult place.
It's a difficult place to get to, you know what I mean? And, like, I'm building up myself. Only because it's Yard, I don't mind about that. But Dylan fighting this fight, I'm still going to go to the fight. Well.
You're going, yeah?
I might go. You know what I mean? Might go. But the thing about it is, I prefer, because I ain't done the watch along in so long, and I'm going to be real. On this show, I've actually missed you, Tom. So I think I'm just going to stay indoors and do the watch along with you, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, because we can interflip in between the two fights. Because the Parker's on BT, innit?
Yes.
Yeah, the Parker fight's on BT. That's going to be a big boy fight. So we can do the Parker fight, and then we can flip from the Parker fight and then go to the zone on Dylan White. But there is a good fight because Nathan Gorman's fighting Wardley.
Oh, Fabio Wardley.
Yeah.
Good fight. Can I just say, now before we're on the Parker, I heard some very sad news yesterday. Zach Parker's cousin was supposed to fight on our bill. He was at the press conference. Was he at the press conference or was that the weigh-in? Yeah, he was at the press conference on the Thursday. Obviously, the weigh-in was on the Friday. They found him collapsed in his changing room. And he was rushed to hospital and he was in a coma. The last time I heard, that was at the weigh-in. He was in a coma. This is Zach Parker's cousin who was supposed to fight on our show last night. So I'm not too sure, but I did say out to his family, I'm sending condolences. I pray to God that he's well. And people on there might even know who Zach Parker's. I think his name was Connor Parker. I think that was his name because I wasn't really focused. You don't want to focus. But I'm sure his name was Connor Parker. They found him collapsed in the changing room, in his hotel room, and he was rushed to hospital when he was in a coma. So please God that he's okay, and we wish him a speedy recovery. Right. Going to the Fabio Wardley and Nathan Gorman fight, which you were speaking about, Spence.
Yeah. That's a big fight, you know.
Yes, big fight. Bobby Wright has touched on it. I mean, it's funny, man. Life is paralleled with death. Rest in peace, Mark Potter. I could not believe it when I heard that this evening. I was like, wow. I remember I used to train at the Champions and Mark Potter was the king. He was a pro that time. He was like the king of the gym.
Bro.
Sean Mortlock's dad's gym, Adam Mortlock. And I remember when I first came into boxing, Mark Potter was one of the guys I was like, yeah, I want to be like how he is. Like a lot of people know him and everything. And unfortunately, he lost his battle with stomach cancer. And I'm sending condolences to all of his family. Such a young man, even in his dying days, he was still doing charity shows for the less fortunate.
Yeah, you know what? He done a thing, and Lennox Lewis posted it with Danny Mardell, my old sponsor, Danny Mardell Jr.'s son.
That's it. Yes.
Him, right?
Yes.
And I was gonna touch on it, but I get kind of emotional because, like, I know Mark for years, you know, and we know his famous fight we had with Danny Williams when Danny popped he's dislocated his shoulder and carried on and knocked him out. But that's not the fight. That's the fight for the nostalgia. But listen, you know what I knew that when he burst on the scene? Because in 1999, he fought Keith Long.
Yes, you remember that fight? Come on.
He fought Keith Long. Keith Long was from the Brixton gym, and Keith Long beat him on points, yeah, but that was a big thing because, like, he was going on with things there, you know what I mean? Like, Mark was knocking out everyone or roughing up everyone. But the fight that really made Mark's name, yeah, and it's mad, was when he beat Danny Watts, because he beat Danny Watts in...
Yeah, ABA champion, Alfred and Stevie.
Yep, and he beat Danny Watts, right? He stopped Danny Watts, and that was I think it's at Bethnal Green, right? He stopped Danny Watts, and I think that was Danny Watts' last fight after I think he retired, right?
Yes.
But he beat Danny Watts, and then from when he beat Danny Watts, man was like looking like, yeah, You know what I mean? Then he fights Danny Williams in
How
that.
bad is that? You're sorry to say this. Danny Watts is dead as well.
Yeah. See what I mean? Danny Watts passed away, what's that, about
Boxing
4
is
years
a very,
ago?
very serious sport, you know.
Of course it's a serious sport.
And I think nobody should disrespect boxers. You know,
Nobody.
these guys literally put their lives on the line and for entertainment. But you know, these guys are young men. They've got families as well, and it's sad because I think a lot of people don't really prepare for it mentally after their careers are over.
They don't.
And they don't, Spence.
I remember Mark Potter boxed in the unlicensed. He boxed Butterbean. He beat Butterbean, you know.
Yes, yes.
I remember that, you know. So
Yes.
it's like, but Mark done so many things after. So I spoke to it's Julius Francis that posted that Mark passed away. I phoned Julius. So Julius went to hospital to see him yesterday. His sister, I think it was his sister, Lisa. She said to Julius, you should go down and see Mark because he's really on his last. So he went down to go see him, and Julius said, you know what, Spence, I'm gonna be real with you, you know. I'm glad that he's gone because he was in pain.
Who?
Mark was in a lot of pain. He had cancer. He went out from his feet up into his spine. It was in his spinal cord, and then he said, like, you know what? Yeah, because Julius was going to come on today, but he said he had a speaking engagement, so to talk about it. But true, like I'm hearing this cancer, my mom just passed from it as well. My dad passed from it. So when I hear cancer, it kind of gives me like a Riley feeling. But the thing about it is this: Mark Potter was what, 46, and this is the madness because like all the time I always thought Mark was older than me, you know. He's all bigger. He was hench, you know. I always thought Mark was older than me, but I was shocked that I was actually older than Mark. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, he was a solid fight. He was an honest pro. My condolences to his family. I know his dad because his dad they used to come down when I was running the Raw Fight Club. They used to come down regular because they was running a jewelry shop just down the road from us. So I used to do some exchange on some gold with them guys. And it's like, you know what? You know what I mean? Just rest in power, my friend. You know
rest in power, Mark Potter. Rest in power, Danny Watts as well. Two men that share the ring. Two young men that are now sadly not with us. But people only die when you forget them and forget them as business. So big up.
But to the show, I'm gonna be real, you know. That is nuts, you know. That man ain't here again, you know.
It's crazy, Spence. I grew up with Danny. We grew up in the same club. Me, Danny, and his brother. Spirit. We used to go play football in the pen. Mad. It's just time is so precious that we can't. Yeah. And this is what I'm saying. Why we're always on about this negative thing. You just don't have that time. You know, time is so fleeting. You look. You have brothers. You have children. The next thing you turn around, there's some big men. They're taller than you. You get what I'm saying? So it's like just enjoy everything. Enjoy every moment.
Tundi, the other day I come out of the train station, yeah? And all I heard is Uncle Spence. When I turn around, it's Joshy, you know?
You see my son, yeah?
Big man to around.
Big, handsome, strapping bro. He's got some gal, some Chinese.
I sent you the picture. I turn around, yo, Uncle Spence. I'm like,
yeah, Josh is a sweet boy, man. Josh is a sweet boy taking his missus to some high-raised tower dinner. I said, yeah, cool, son. That's how you're moving. I love that. Keep it up. Just work hard.
Although that's when you just realize that, boy, time's it's just ticking. You know what I mean? All like when I see like my goddaughter, country's daughter, when she drive around there, it's like she's driving. I'm saying, what are you talking about? You're driving. Country some bad boy car as well. Country spoil his daughter. She got some bad boy little. I'm like, what are you doing? Driving some brand new.
Get back in your little, you know, a little toy car thing that you used to buy. Yeah, life, man. Life is for living.
Mad. Yeah, country. You remember Danny Watts running in? Exactly. And then, like, I remember he left the lane, he went to Repton, he started mashing up everyone. He won the ABA championship and all the rest of it. Yes. Yeah, Danny Watts gone quite a few years ago. So all of these kind of things, like life is precious. Right? So we have no time to bicker over foolishness because
Yes,
life is precious.
absolutely.
You know
Live
what I
it.
mean?
Just live it. Live it. Let's go back. I mean, this is this is the greatness about our show. We try to just talk the talk like we're in our houses, and it just goes out to everybody. But back to the boxing. That's you did touch on a very interesting fight. Again, sorry, I'm going back again. Anyone who's seen Chris Eubank Senior about recently, it's obvious things ain't right. So let's just pray for the brother. He's obviously suffering some kind of trauma. And I feel it for him, man, because people are posting stuff and mocking him. And I'm like, bro, this is what I'm trying to say. This mocking thing, you need to be helping people. You understand? And you know what? It all went wrong when he went on another platform other than us.
Well,
Because
Airline's difference is this. It's like after he came on our show, then he went on another channel and done these bits, yeah? And let me just give a big shout out to Johnny Wish from who's down at Boxer. Yeah?
Matchroom, yeah? Oh, yeah.
You told me at Matchroom, right? And he goes, like, obviously, you know what I mean, certain things ain't too good with Chris, and I know that you're a God-fearing man, Spence. I know you wouldn't take advantage of Chris.
Yes.
Right? I said, I would never do that. You know what I mean? Never. Because there's a man that, as a youth, that was my hero. One of my heroes. You know what I mean? I remember the day when he beat Nigel Benn, November of 1990, going into sixth form. You know what I mean? Off of Southampton Way, going into sixth form, and everybody was talking about it. That fight had 16 million viewers on ITV, Tom. Right? And everyone was talking about it. And I'm saying, right, Eubank. I remember at that time their country was saying, no, Eubank, no, listen. I remember country sister Victoria saying, yeah, Eubank is African. Listen to the name, Eubank. I said, nah. And then it was John Sims, our old amateur coach. I said, no, Eubank is Jamaican. And I said, yeah.
Go on.
But anyway, so to see that, or to see like from where he's come from with the heights that he is, obviously he's going through something, right? But what I'm saying is this: it's like people are using this as this mock. And I told people now, do not stop sending me anything on Chris Eubank where you're trying to mock the guy, because I'm not interested in looking at it. You know what I mean? I'm not interested in looking at it because I've got time of day. And the reason why I can say that is because that man phones me every day, you know, and me and him talk. You know what I mean? And I just pray the best for him. But what I'm trying to say is this: is like people will say certain things, but the conversations that I have with Eubank are very, very enlightening, very, very educational, very, very uplifting. So all we can do is continue to pray for the brother. That's it on that one day. Yes. You know what I mean?
Let's move on. We'll get to this fight. Fabio and Nick Gorman. What's your predictions for the fight, Spence?
You know what? Depending, because Gorman has fallen short. Well, he fell short against Daniel Dubois, but there's no shame in that because Daniel Dubois now is WBA regular heavyweight champion of the world, right? But Gorman can fight. He can really fight, man. He's a good fighter. You know what I mean? It depends. But the thing about it is this, and he has amateur experience, but not great amateur experience. But he's had amateur experience where Woodley hasn't had amateur experience, right? But Woodley, as a professional, he's impressed me, Tundi.
Yeah, he's licking that man with bare confidence, bro.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's got confidence, bro.
Yeah, he's licking that man.
Confidence. So it's like, even though he hasn't been tested, there's something about Woodley where, and it is his confidence. Because remember, the guy came from white collar boxing, Tundi. You know what I mean? And I would have Woodley. It's not. Barry Corbs is saying Woodley easy. It's not going to be an easy fight for him. You know what I mean, it's not going to be real. It's not going to be an easy fight because I know Gorman's going to come to fight, but I think the hand speed of Woodley is going to be the telling factor in this fight, and I think he's got the quicker hands.
Hold on, I just go on, sir.
And because he's got the quicker hands, I think he's going to beat Gorman to the punch. As he beats it to the punch, then I think he can wear him down and more than likely cause a stoppage by about round 7.
Okay, I just saw somebody. Is Craig fighting?
Yeah, Craig's fighting Bolotniks.
Oh, wow. That's a good fight.
Yeah, Craig's fighting Bolotnik. Yeah, it's a good fight.
Well, you know, I'm always backing.
Oh, and also, may we also send out... I wanted to have a happy retirement in Dion Juma.
Say that again? Yeah,
Dion Juma had to retire from Boxington. His detached retina regurgitated, and he had to retire from boxing. And he was meant to fight in a while for the British.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was on next week Sunday.
He was on Sky the other day.
Pardon me?
He was on Sky the other day talking about the fight.
Yeah, and then he had to go get his medical done again, and his retina's detached again, so he's had to retire.
Unfortunate.
You know what I mean? And you know what? I feel it for the youth, but I really do believe God's plan's the best of plans.
Yes, sir.
There'll be something else for him to go and do. You know what I mean? Maybe work as a trainer with Gary Logan. Yes, I felt bad for Gary because Gary was really you know what I mean? Gary Logan boxed for the British title. Was it on 3 occasions and come second best?
Yeah, Dion is very articulate as well, and
very articulate, man.
He can get his point across.
Okay, it was detached. Thank you very much, Fight Fan TV Live. It was a detached retina from his last spar.
Okay, unfortunate, but God's plan is the best plan. I just see my brother Gus saying he's in the corner next week. Yeah, that's what I like to hear.
But you see, yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah.
You're gonna see the difference.
Hey, yo, Gus, you know what? I still can taste that chicken from your wedding.
Bro, you know it's fun. I didn't even eat.
I know you come late. Tundi, the food was banging, I ain't gonna lie. Because it was mixed. It was mixed. It was Turkish and West Indian combined. Yes. So, you know what I mean? It was a wicked, now trust me. Me and hey, what? You know what? A youth that can really eat? Ashley Fairfain, you know?
Yeah? Wow.
Tundi, I don't know how you used to do light waterweight, you know? Because my goodness gracious, that little high color boy sit beside me, boy. He does never had that food vicious, bro.
High color. What's the matter with you?
Little high color, you.
We need to have a word with Spencer. I mean, his choice of words is mad. But anyway,
he can eat, bro.
The Keggy says, I do think David Adelaide will beat both Gorman or Wardley next year. Be a good fight. David Adelaide, I saw a heading where he says, bro, he wants the bar. That's easy work. When people start talking like this easy work business, I get a bit worried because I'm telling you, Floyd Mayweather, he fooled a lot of people. Man said it's easy work, but he hasn't told you, he hasn't showed you the work that he's put in to call this thing easy work.
There's no such thing as easy work.
It's not possible. So don't.
Because if it's easy work, it's not work.
It's not work.
It's not work.
It's hard work. It's hard work. So
Floyd Mayweather full bear, man. Floyd Maywever was saying, like, oh yeah, that's easy work. Oh, no, easy work. That one's easy work. Good. I remember Colin McMillan, former WBO featherweight champion of the world, said to me, when you go to the office, they say, oh well, Ernie Fossey was like, he's useless, he can't bang, everyone can't bang, he's useless, everybody's useless. He goes, yeah, until you go in there with him and say, like, he can't punch, everyone can punch.
Yeah, trust me.
But when a man can extend his hand, he can punch. You say that he can't punch, so you can't watch that talk. So when man's jumping about, it's easy work. Maybe it's like people are too much on this hype thing. You know what I mean? People are too much on this hype thing, bro.
Big up Sugar Ray. He said, well done, Tundi. I joined late as my mum is in hospital. I hope your mother is fine, brother.
Speedy recovery to your mother, Sugar Ray, my friend.
Whatever she's in hospital for, but I hope she's recovering well. So we spoke about that. We didn't really. What is your actual prediction for the Parker v Ryder? Because again, that is a great fight. And
I haven't
Keggy,
seen a lot of Parker.
Wait, Spence. Keggy, I was asked this yesterday, and I'm going to tell you, just in case anyone else wants me to answer this question, I will never speak again on what we as a team are going to do when we're fighting anyone. I made that mistake. I've made that mistake once before at this level, because I think it's more about the respect. Some people get into this thing, but really we know everybody, you can't leave no stones unturned. All I can promise you is that we're going to be ready. So yeah, Keg, no game plan is being revealed right now. You were saying, Spence, that you haven't seen too much of Parker.
I haven't seen too much of him.
Yeah, he can fight.
Yeah, I know he can. I've seen. What fight did I see him? I can't remember the fight I seen, but he's got a stiff jab, man.
Bro, he's a switch hitter. He seems. I say seems because he ain't really fought no one that's really firing back. I mean, I believe, even though I believe Denzel's performance against Marcus Morrison was more emphatic than his one, and Marcus Morrison was really going up to a weight which is not his weight. He went up, he fought Parker at super middleweight, and Parker really brutalized him with body punches. But Denzel,
I remember the brother now. No, that brother's good,
Yeah, but I phoned Frank. I said, yeah. There's two kids that I phoned Frank. Sorry, there's two fighters that I phoned Frank, and I said, yeah, they can fight. And that is, one is Zach Parker, and the other one is Nick Bull, the young little featherweight. He's a problem, bro. Bruv, that is exciting. He's like a Mike Tyson. So be interested to see, because he's calling out world champions now. So it'd be interesting. Remember when he bust up low, Tyson Fury's brother. On the Dylan Fury bill, he bust him up. So he's a very, very exciting young kid. He loves to fight. He's got aggression, spite. Another one to watch, definitely. I think he's a WBC international champion now. But that whole little stable, there's about 3 of them. The trainer has obviously been putting in work for years, but he's got 3 kids that are awesome. All come at the same time, and all 3 of them, they're going to be a problem.
Very good, Marshall. Thank you for the $5. Peace, my brothers. I think that Yard can beat Baterviev with defense, angles, and movement. His counter-punching will be accurate and quick. Peace and blessings. And peace and blessings to you as well, my brother. Thank you so much. You know what? I'm looking forward. That Parker Ryder fight is a good fight.
You know what, fight fan? You just reminded me of that, See? That fight, you see how one decision can really just dishearten people. Because I remember that. I remember Courtney phoning me and saying, bruv, they robbed Daryl.
Parker got injured.
Say that again, Spence?
Parker got injured in that fight, didn't he?
I don't know, but we were on that bill. I remember, if I'm not mistaken, we were on that bill, and they were saying that, like, his manager, everybody, Daryl himself was saying, "Well, they robbed us. They robbed us." Tundi, don't say anything about the no, not this time, bro. Thank you very much, brother, for the reminder. Reminding is good, but it's in within. Fight Fan TV says Nick Bull can rock. He's like the British Javante Davis. Trust me. Hey, Spence, this you here.
Listen, I rate Isaac Lowe, Isaac Lowe's a very good boxer,
Hey.
And he broke up Isaac.
Hey, this you can fight. He likes to fight. Very exciting.
Remember that was on the Dylan undercard, didn't it? The Dylan Tyson Fury undercard.
Yes. So what else? So we got that. I think we've touched on everything. We've touched on
We
Del
have
Boy,
done.
Chisora. We've touched on Parker
We touched on
versus
everything.
Canada next week. Obviously discussing AY's victory. What's this? I see Errol Spence, because I wasn't even going to join today. But you know me, the work don't stop.
No, so that's why I feel like, because they've been going back and forth about this Errol Spence and Bud Crawford, and I said that
Okay.
I said, should I ring Errol? I said, no, I'm not even gonna ring him, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna ring him. Not gonna ring none of them, man. Not gonna ring Bud, because Bud's preparing for his Avenesian fight.
When is that fight? That's another good fact.
It's next week.
Wow! Again?
Yeah. Listen, Tundi, Avenesian is getting $1 million.
A great payday. And you know what? You cannot begrudge a man because
I'm not begrudging him.
No. I know we ain't. But what I'm saying, he's worked hard, and nobody. You can tell he's a trier, and he's kept on, and he's not. I mean, for me, knocked out that boy, the one Adam Booth trains. What's his name again? Josh Kelly. That was really a blessing and a curse at the same time. But he's kept it going, and he's landed a mega fight. And you know what? This is boxing, Spence.
For real?
This is boxing. Errol Spence hasn't been that active. I mean, Crawford hasn't been that active. You know, they've been waiting for the big fights. So let's see. Let's see how this fight plays out. Yeah. Other than that, I think we'll wrap it up.
Yep. We certainly shall. You know what? Tomorrow I might go live. You know, I might do a live on air tomorrow.
For what?
I might do a live tomorrow with a legend of the game. Might do a live tomorrow. Might.
You know, another thing. You got Gary. I told Spence, you got to stop saying that. Because every time you say that, you put it out there, and then when it don't happen, bro, stop. Just do it. Get them on, bro.
I said might.
the amount of mites me and Gary have earned in the last 2 years. Me and Gary's always laughing. Bro, just do the thing. Get it done.
I might get a legend of the game. In fact, tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Now listen, tomorrow at 8 o'clock, I will have a legend of the game. I'll have the great Tommy the Hitman Hearns on the show with us tomorrow. All
right, you said it now. All right, cool. Yeah. Let's go. Don't be because you know we got some loyal fans here, bro. So
yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get something. Because you know what? They contacted me, you know, and I was like, "Bruh," because I was, you know, like I like to sit down and watch certain fights. I was watching a couple of Hearns' fights. I mean, and just the precision of his jab was nuts. And it was sad, for yesterday, I was thinking about doing a watch along, but I wanted to do it with Dennis Andres. But you know, them old black man, they don't know how to use this thing. So I said, yes, Christopher Anthony, I did. I just said Tommy the Hitman Hearns, because he's got some new products as well with him and his son are doing that they're going to be promoting. So I said, yeah, you're welcome to jump on the channel. And then also there is Bob Sheridan, the legendary commentator. You know what I mean? Bob Sheridan, he's going to come on next week. So it's just mad love. But I was just waiting for Tundi to come back to tell you the honest truth. And I'm glad that my brother's back because I have absolutely missed Tundi on the show for the last 3 weeks. Seriously, it's horrible. I'm going to be real. It was horrible, especially when they said the fight along. I said, no, about fight along, watch it. I'm cool for that foolishness, yeah? I might think that I'm hyping up myself. But yeah, you know how it goes, Keggy. You know, Bob Sheridan the Colonel Bob Sheridan is a true legend.
No, I like when he commentates still. His commentating is serious.
It's serious, bro. It's serious.
He loves Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather.
Nobody can't say nothing bad about Floyd. You know what I mean? But I remember when Troy fought for the IBO title in Singapore, and me and Bob Sheridan sat there, we spoke for hours talking boxing. And he said to me, so I said, who's the best fight that you've ever seen? And he said, stylistically, the best fight I've ever seen. I thought you were going to say Floyd. And he said, Ricardo Lopez.
Yeah, look, I've heard him say that on a commentary as well.
Yeah.
But he just said there just wasn't enough footage on him. But I remember when I used to train Little Otto, I used to make him watch the Ricardo Lopez as well. Great stylistic, and a lot of these young fighters don't realize that when they're watching fighters like Juan Manuel Marquez, they're coming from that lineage.
Come on.
That's where they molded it from Lopez. Lopez was the man, great Mexican fighter.
Come on.
A Hall of Famer. He kind of like went against the grain of the mold of how Mexicans are known to fight.
Yeah.
He's a
Very
master.
And he had a wicked bounce with himself as well.
Yeah.
Skyliner, the editor, says, Spence, do you know Ian Dark from back in the Sky, on the Sky? Now, let me tell you about it. I know Ian Dark way before Sky. Ian Dark used to do the BBC radio commentary, and that's why his oratorical skills on breaking down fights when he used to do them was so intense, because he used to do radio. So, and when you're doing radio, you got to paint a picture, because we have a blank canvas. We are taking it off of your interpretation. So I've known Ian Dark from there. Really good. And it's weird that you mention him, right? Because I've been watching some fights recently where Ian Dark's been doing a commentary, because it used to be him and Glenn McCory for Sky. So I've been watching Bear Lennox Lewis, and listen to their commentary, and and loads of Nassim Hamed fights, and that them man they were like the commentary team then. But I remember Ian Dark from when he used to do, like back in the day when we were Kidston, we never used to get the fights the same day.
Ian Dark used to do football. Ian Dark was
He's still doing football now.
Yeah, he was good. Ian Dark, I like his voice. His voice is very powerful. Great orator.
Yeah. Excellent orator.
And maybe we should
try Ian Dark when he did the Harold Graham Mark Kayla fight. I remember when he did the Harold Graham Sambu Colombe fight in '87 when Harold Graham lost his unbeaten record, right? And then you could watch the fight the next day on BBC. So I've grown up listening to Ian Dark, wicked guy, and he should be brought back. Because I really, you know what, I'm gonna get him on the show. You know, I'm gonna send him a message. I've got his number. I'm gonna send him a message.
Man said they couldn't understand a bloody word Jim Watt would say. Jim Watt was good though, you know. I used to like Jim Watt. Bro, you gotta go back, you know, to get the real commentators.
Listen to me, yeah. When we talk about British commentators, for me, it was Reg Guttridge.
What? You can't play with Reg.
Right. For me, it was Reg Guttridge. Right? But then, because I remember when
Reg was the man.
Burbeck got knocked out by Tyson, and he said, yeah, and his head flopped like Wurzel Gummidge, right?
yeah. Bro, these man's oratory skills are off the chain. I've always loved the English language and the way, you know, when it's spoken in its true essence.
Come on.
That's why you can only get certain commentators that you feel the vibe, because they study the language.
They do, man.
They're not just some man just wake up, you know, start a podcast and then say, yeah, let me commentate this thing. Certain people have natural abilities, but these guys, their voice, the tone of their voice is so great that you can't help be attracted to it. So there's been some good commentators. Harry Carpenter was good as well.
Harry Carpenter was
excellent.
Harry Carpenter was excellent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember Harry Carpenter commentating 1979 Sugar Ray Leonard versus Wilfred Benitez, and he went, and this young Leonard, he looks like a young Harry Belafonte. I said,
them bars. Bro, I'm trying to show you. The bars of these men are dropping.
Them man had bars, bro. Them man had bars.
Colin Hart said the best fighter he ever saw in the flesh was who, Spence?
Who?
Colin Hart.
Colin Hart.
Scribe.
Colin Hart.
Have a guess. Yeah, have a guess. The best fighter he ever saw in the flesh.
In the flesh, Colin Hart. Old Colin Hart.
Colin Hart, yeah, white hair Colin Hart.
The best fight in the flesh.
Yes.
I don't know. I used to brown nose Ali a lot, but I would say in the flesh. I reckon you said Sugar Ray Leonard.
The knowledge. The knowledge does it again. Bro, such I tell man. That's like the teeth the tapes. That's like the teeth the tapes. Cause he said it. When I heard him say it, I said, yeah, that's like my energy just went to Sugar Ray Leonard. He said if anybody wants to know what boxing is about, they need to watch Roberto Duran versus Sugar Ray Leonard, the first fight, 15 rounds of pure everything.
June 20th, 1980.
The knowledge. And on that note, 10 p.m., I wasn't even supposed to be on this show. I've just come back from a wonderful weekend. But, you know, my brother, camp's over, fight is done, so I had to support him today. And looking forward to the next few weeks. Back in the fight is watch-alongs. Gary, I'm back in town.
We'll have a poster out for tomorrow at 8 o'clock. You can join me with the legendary Tommy the Hitman Hearns. Because tomorrow's the 21st, right? So, yeah. The legendary Tommy the Hitman Hearns and his son, like, we'll have a lot to talk about and mash up there. I'll be looking forward to that one. You know what I mean? I think the following week we're going to have Dennis Andre's former 3-time WBC heavyweight champion of the light heavyweight champion of the world. Sinner's been sticking with the light heavyweight, so I want to bring back the energy. You know what I mean? And the week after that, I'm going to have John Conte, the former WBC light heavyweight.
I got to teach you this thing.
No, you don't.
Stop talking it. You're talking it.
They're on already. They've agreed.
Yeah, but agree don't mean they look. Then you make a man put their mad energy on it and mash up the thing. That's what I'm trying to say. Stop talking. Talking too much.
Goody. When you see TV schedules on, yeah, and they say Dallas is coming at 8 o'clock, Dallas is coming on. Right.
Yeah, that's because they've arrived. We're building.
So they're coming.
We're building. We're building. Anyway, you'll get it. You'll get it. Let's hope that we have these guys on tomorrow. I'll be watching to see if this guy thing actually happens.
All right.
But for everyone, Spencer's told you, 8 p.m. tomorrow, Spencer Fearon with Tommy Hearns. And let me say what I want to say. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to be watching. All right, people, thank you for joining us. I'm back in town. The sheriff is back. Vibes is in the building. Yeah. Let's start, or let's end, as we will be starting the show in the coming weeks and ending the show in the coming weeks with those magnificent words, the words full of inspiration. Dream it, believe it, become it.
Come on, Dan.
You dry old come on, Dan.
You blasted Google.
Yeah, gal. All right, cool. Big up, everyone. Love, peace. Go out into the week full of vibes, and any negative energy around you, just move it far, far away from you. Love, light, peace, blessings, and all of that. Let's go. Big up my Marshall. You know the set. Boom!